The city of Evanston, when Morty and Mimi came to town, gave a party for them. It was a great party. People were very excited that the president and his wife wanted to meet Evanstonians from all walks of life, and everybody thought you guys were charming. Well, Mimi was charming.
Well,
and,
Mimi's the charmer, yeah.
But, I didn't hear anything negative about you.
Because you didn't ask, did you?
No.
We made a number of friends that night. It was really a lovely event. And Liz, of course, gave her usual extremely generous, gracious introduction. I got to say a few words and met a lot of people. It was really a wonderful thing to do.
When Morty came to town, my grandchildren and I made cookies to welcome the Shapiros.
We had the cookies, devoured them in a couple of seconds. That was great. My wife Mimi said, well, you have to return the Tupperware.
You gotta love a guy who knows to return the Tupperware.
It had nothing to do with me. I wanted to throw it out or keep it. Keep it, steal it.
But he listens to Mimi, so that's a fabulous thing about Morty.
And then she goes, oh, it's so nice you listen to your wife. So you can't lose, I suppose. We were invited by a reporter from the Chicago Tribune to have lunch. So we were on our best behavior, the mayor and I. We ate very civilly. But we didn't need a special setup for a press thing for us to get together, because we get together regularly.
We do. It's fun, actually. He's a fun guy, and we've been to a basketball game, football game.
I don't follow professional baseball. I'm a Met fan. Just as we're really lucky to be located in this fabulous town, I think people who live in Evanston are lucky to have their own sports teams. We have 19 varsity teams, many of them competing at the highest national levels. It's great to see them out there wearing the purple and cheering on the Wildcats. And I think it's typically a very healthy environment for families. And boy, I love to see them there.
I've been promised the team will win.
Did I promise you, or was it Fitz?
No, the ticket salesman promised.
Oh, the ticket sale, okay. There might have been, some legacy of mistrust going back probably for many years. But, it's not hard to build on the momentum that President Beanham and Mayor Morton had. They worked together in a more and more productive way over the last, I'd say, at least decade. And Liz and I are proud to build on that tradition. I think people who work at Northwestern and live in this town, you say, oh, what are you, town or are you gown? You can ask me. I live in Evanston. I work at Northwestern, obviously, so I have a great pride as someone who lives in Evanston, and I love Northwestern.
We meet regularly, as other Big Ten university presidents meet with mayors.
Do you think that's true?
I'm told it's true. I believe
Really?
everything I'm told.
Most people who work at Northwestern, they realize how lucky we are to be located in such a fabulous town. It's diverse, it's interesting, it's physically magnificent. It's just a wonderful place. It's a great town. It's easy to do memorandum of agreement, and the mayor and the president, the university sign these things, but it has to be person to person. And one of the nicest things, I've only lived in this great town now for 14 months, is I'm constantly discovering different sorts of relationships that local businesses have with various aspects of Northwestern. And I think even in the probably darkest days of town gown problems, I bet you those things existed. We're making an enormous effort at the university to be as diverse as we possibly can, broadly defined, and also to have a single community that's inclusive. And I think we can look to Evanston as a role model for that.
I also would like to mention, so that all Evanston youth start thinking about this, that Northwestern has promised a large number of scholarships to Evanston and Chicago youth. So I want our young people to all be aware of that, so they start working now to prepare to be qualified to go to Northwestern.
Northwestern affords a wonderful educational experience, and ETHS is a fantastic school, and there are other local schools that are similarly good. We want to reach out to the local communities, and not only for Evanston, but Chicago as well. And the Good Neighbor, Great University program is putting our money where our mouth is. I think one of the best ways to really have great town-gown relations is to have a lot of the local residents who don't work at the university have them send their kids there. And that's what we're aiming for right now.
We have a shared value, the value of working together and doing great things. It's a great university and a great city, and when we work well together, we can do fabulous things.
What does it say to businesses, you know, folks who are in government and folks in the higher education arena about something like this setting a completely new set of affairs for everyone?
This is Evanston. This is a large community, but yet it's small. I mean, I grew up here. I know Evanston.
Tonight is magical because it's Evanston at its best, where we all support one another, and the Chamber of Commerce has never had an event like this.
We've got some really neat businesses in Evanston, you know, and coming together with Northwestern and the city of Evanston. So it's really a live, learn, work environment that we wanted to sort of cultivate here at the event.
The biggest thing it does is it shows that after a number of tenuous relationship years, we're seeing a strong relationship between Northwestern and the city of Evanston and the business community.
To create jobs, to keep an economy rolling along, to keep the vitality that taps innovation, and from that innovation creates whole industries.
You know, part of our purpose for being here is to introduce our company to people, but also to identify actually potential employees for our company.
It's important at a number of levels. I mean, first, it has tremendous symbolic importance because you have a lot of people from the community, many of whom have relationships with Northwestern in one way or another, but many of whom don't, coming together on the campus of Northwestern with administrators and others just to get to know each other better.
You know, there's been this sort of town and gown exchange that's not always been positive, and I think we're moving in the right direction, and it's very exciting for Northwestern to host this.
And I think with the new administration in the city and the new administration under Morty Schapiro at the university, we're making great strides. So I think this is a major step in that direction.
And it's wonderful that the businesses are all getting to know each other, and this is a perfect example of how people can meet who would not normally meet. I just met a hairdresser, and obviously I don't need hairdressing.
Couldn't ask for a better night.
Northwestern kind of helped out on that one, didn't it?
That's the new spirit of cooperation with the city and the university, which is also so important.